Welcome to How to Configure Agencies in Taleo Business Edition. Let's get started. Your company may be doing business with staffing agents in order for them to refer candidates to specific requisitions. Now, how do we go about setting these up in Taleo Business Edition? So there's a few steps that have to be followed. We have to create list views, we have to create page layouts, we have to create users, assign them the agency user role, and then add the agency to the requisition in order for them to go in and refer candidates. So I'm going to show you how to set up this whole process. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Administration, Customize Recruit, and under Customize Pages, we have our list views. So list views is essentially what you see on your home icon, and here is where you can, for example, for your requisition, you can duplicate the view from my requisition and create a My View requisition for agencies. And here we can also add a filter and include the agencies we want included in that particular list view. So just to give you an idea of what this list view would look like, here we'd have the columns of candidate, title, location, status, rec owners, number of openings, candidate counts. Now you can include whichever field that you want to include, whether it be custom or standard fields. And then you just do a filter of agencies, and then you add the agencies that are going to be applicable to this particular filter. And then you just go ahead and save. So your list view has been taken care of. Now, what we want to do is we also want to customize page layouts. So what information will the agencies be able to see and what they will be able to enter as they add a candidate file? So if we click on page layouts, so here for the candidate page layouts, what I suggest to do is that you clone or you add the version of added a candidate and you create one for agency. And here we're just going to go edit. And one thing that's very important to note is when you're going to create a page layout, a candidate page layout for agencies, you're always going to want to put in the requisition add feature, which allows the agency to add candidates to the requisition and also see the status of the candidate on that requisition. Following that, then we just really candidate personal information. So what information are you going to allow the agencies to enter as they're submitting a candidate on a requisition? So here we have the personal information. You can hide anything that you don't want them to see. If you want to allow them to attach a resume, you can do so. Cover letter, you can do so. If you want them to add employment, education history, certificate and licenses, you can do so as well. So anything that you feel comfortable with the agency putting in a candidate information, you can do so. So we're just going to go ahead and save. And the next thing is for the requisition page layouts. So same thing. So here in this case, of course, the agency won't be able to add or edit a requisition, but they'll certainly be able to view a requisition. So you're going to want to create, or once again, add a version to the view requisition and do a view requisition agency. And this will, here you'll be able to dictate which information the agency will be entitled to view on the requisition before they add a candidate to it. So that will be your second step. Well, second and third step, actually. So once your layouts and views are taken care of, you're going to want to go to the user tab and create yourself a user. So you can do new user. In this case, I already have one set up, so I will just show you. And when you create the user, the important thing to note is that you're going to want to assign them the role of agency. In this case here, I created a test agency role as well, so not to tamper with a standard one. And if we just go ahead and refresh the list here, so we can see we have an agency created and that the role is a test agency. Now, the agency role can essentially submit candidates to recs they have been assigned to, and they can also check the status on previously submitted candidates, but that's really all they can do. And if we go to the user roles, so the views and the layouts that I've just shown you on how to create, you're going to go to your agency role, and here on default page layouts or default list views, this is where you can assign the view that they're going to be entitled to see and be able to have access to the fields that you want them to have access to. So now once your users created two and you have assigned them of the agency role, now you're going to want to assign the agency to the requisition. So if we just go to, I created a test requisition already that's called agency requisition. And if we scroll down to the section here, we have agencies. So that's something that you're going to want to add on your requisition page layout for the add and edit requisition. You're going to want to make sure that the agency section is there. So here, if we click on add remove, what we're going to see in the list is any user that has the role of agency. So we're just going to go ahead and add my test agency, save, and then I'm going to save that. So now this would what this allows the agency to do now that they're connected to the requisition is to go in and add candidates to that requisition. So I will just log out of here and I will just go back in, but with my agency account. And before I do that, I will just show you as an agency. So this is the email that the agency will receive. So once again, you can customize in the system templates, you can customize the agency if ever you want different information to show up. But essentially, it just lets them know that they've been assigned to whichever name of the requisition, the status, and so on and so forth with the description, and that they can go in and essentially assign candidates to the requisition. So we're just going to remove that. Now we're going to log in with my agency account. And here is the requisition that I have assigned to my agency. So if I just click on the title, here you see the information that was put in the page layouts. If I go to full view, so this here is what they will see. Now, if we click on add new candidate, this allows me to submit a candidate to the requisition. So I'm just going to put test here, agency, candidate. Here, let's just do that. And we can enter the information. Go. Just if you allow them to enter the date of birth, they can do that. So let's just. And here, if they need to attach a resume, they can do that. If they want to enter employment history, they can do that. Education, they can enter certificate or licenses. They can enter residence history, and that's only if you allow them to do that. So we're just going to go ahead here and click on save. Now, as you can see here, there's other options that the agency can they can see. But if they click on place on hold, for example, they're not allowed to do that. They don't have the rights to do that. So they will get this type of message saying access denied, but they will be able to see that information. And if they click on candidates here, they will be able to see the information here, and they'll be able to see their test candidate that they have submitted. Now, if there's more than one candidate on the requisition, let's say instead of saying one, it would have said 22, but the agency only referred one candidate, they'll still only be able to see that one candidate. They're not going to be able to see the full list of candidates on the requisition. So let me just go back and sign out of here. And I will sign back in using my recruiter account. Now, if I go to my agency requisition and I go to the candidate list, I can see my candidate that was referred by the agency, and at the bottom of the candidate name, you will see submitted by and the name of the agency. So that's how you know it was submitted by the agency. So all in all, this is how you go about to configure agencies, to add agencies to requisition, and how agencies can then go ahead and submit candidates to those requisitions. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Have a great day.